it's still a warning sign. Do they have the right closer? And then the next day, the bullpen blew a 4-run lead. The lowlights last night or yesterday afternoon on Marquee Sports Network. I told the story as I broke out the swing again, Waddle. And, it does feel a little dirty. I'm not going to lie. I like a good rant, but it does feel a little dirty to be doing a baseball rant in March. I mean, it's March. It's not even April.
Yeah, you got a few more hours until we get to April.
But
what has got you most pissed off?
Well, first of all, I don't think they're that great. I wish they were a better team. I wish Jed built a better team. And I've got approval ratings out there for Ricketts, Jed, and for Counsell. And it's something that I was in a group chat with Cap and Friedel all weekend.
Well, there's going to be no overreacting in that conversation.
Can you believe that?
The three of us,
yeah,
there'll
exactly.
be no overreacting in that group.
Cap never criticizes anybody he's friends with. So it was no surprise this morning tuning in that Tom Izzo and Jed Hoyer got passes today. But he doesn't have a relationship with Counsell, so he's all over Counsell. Counsell does deserve some criticism. He's been a disappointment to me. I was expecting a lot more. And just like I said, I do feel dirty talking about a Cubs game and getting overly angry about it on March 30th, or this case now 31st. But I will also tell you this as a pro tip from me to you. The game on March 30th
counts the same.
It counts the same as August 30th.
I know.
If they blow a game on August 30th, it's worth the exact same as the game on March 30th.
That's why I thought, and I think you were gone at the time, the home run, the quote-unquote home run that Ohtani hit, which wasn't a home run, I thought was a bigger deal than others because everyone kind of laughed it off and was like, oh, well, you let the fans enjoy the home run from Ohtani. I was like, the only reason why you guys aren't more pissed off is because they won by 4. Had they won by 1, you would have.
Right. That's when it gets put under the microscope.
And the point I'm making is that, yes, it is early. There's no question it is early. But at the end of the day, you're right. They all count.
And then the thing is when you see a trend that plagued the team for the last year or two resurface immediately with the bullpen, which has not been good early on. Presley, I saw a lot of Cubs fans, for anybody who was bitching about Presley on Saturday, a lot of them were like, hey, it's a win. Don't bitch. Well, it's still a warning sign. Do they have the right closer? And then the next day, the bullpen blew a 4-run lead, and Jesse got a stat for us yesterday. Okay, there were about 1,150 games, 1,100 to be exact. It's 1,160 games last year where a team had at least a 4-run lead or greater in the 8th inning or later. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm saying? This is a big league late, basically the stat. Out of 1,160 games, how many times did a team blow the 4-run lead or greater from the 8th inning on or later?
32 times.
17.
Wow.
17 times. It's basically like a 99-1 shot, and the Cubs did that. Why I think it hurt even more for me as I was watching the game is because here Kyle Tucker shows you exactly why you go out and you go get a guy like that. The Cubs were 0 for 14 in their last 14 at-bats with runners in scoring position. Here comes Kyle Tucker in a big spot in a 1-run game. It's 3-2, and he homers. And you're like,
pay him, man.
Yeah, let's pay him now, too. But, okay, you walk away, and then you win because of Kyle Tucker. And then now you're 3-3 after starting 0-2 in Japan. You've taken 3 out of 4 in Arizona. But then to lose that game, to allow 8 runs in the inning, to see Craig Counsell just sit and stare on that top step again, a lot of problems with that bullpen on bringing guys up and down and different things. Kept he's a good reliever, too. But he had a bad day yesterday.
Morgan?
Eli Morgan. Wasn't that one of your guys, most important guys on the team, Tyler?
Yep. Yeah.
He had a very good postseason last year, didn't he?
Wasn't he very good overall?
He had like a 2 ERA last year. I think it was 1.99.
Do you realize in 6 games what this bullpen has allowed?
Give me the numbers.
19 walks.
Yeah.
21 earned runs. 6 games. They've given him 19 walks and 21 earned runs.
Yeah.
And it was something that you obviously, everyone with a baseball brain knew that it needed to be addressed. And there were plenty of new names on that roster this year with regard to the bullpen. And more